Morpheus in the house, my dear friends. Welcome back to our repeat viewers, my dear friends. Today we're going to be giving you another dose of the red pill and trading by the book. Alright, so trading without relying on luck. Yeah, as usually, my boy Henry is in the house, and there's Donald as well. My biggest supporters, my biggest fans. I appreciate you guys. And just for anybody that comes across this stream right now, we're going to be trading live. We're going to take advantage of a macro statistic that is prevalent. Well, it should be moving the market in a couple of minutes. But chats are open. This is done live. If you click on target option link below, I will prove to you, essentially you will see the chart exactly the way I see it. You'll see that it's done in real time. These videos are not pre-recorded. This is done live right now. And in about 10 minutes, actually a little bit less than 10 minutes from now, United States is going to be releasing the ADP NonFarm. Actually, really cool thing is that the most popular macro statistic of the month is going to be released tomorrow. Usually it's done on Friday, but because it's July 4th weekend, we can say that. I mean, this is something that got essentially moved to today. So if we take a look at any Forex calendar, I kind of like to use Forex Factory, but you know what we could use? What are we using? We're using investing.com. There it is. Right, so essentially anywhere right here in investing.com, you got to go to economic calendar, not earnings calendar. Earnings calendar, this is from essentially a schedule of the quarterly releases of certain companies, right? Big companies, Apple, Amazon. But economic calendar, this is kind of like Forex calendar, right? So, and you will see that we need to pick today's time. It's my time is GMT +3, right? It doesn't really matter, I mean, where you choose, but essentially, there we go, at 3:30, alright, so 15:30, I'm sorry, 15, what the hell? Wait a second. Usually it's at 3:30, did I just goof again with you guys? Wait a second, did we just seriously miss it? Today being Wednesday at, oh, son of a gun, it was released like 8 minutes ago. It's usually at 3:30, just like in the United States. Anything else that's released, it's usually released at 8:30, but yeah, alright, so tomorrow, there we go, the NonFarm is going to be released at 3:30. Oh my goodness. Alright, we got, by the way, something that you could, that could sway you. I mean, if you're watching from, I don't know, India, or you're watching from, certain different countries, you are able to choose to see all of this information in your language, right? So we got, English, we got Svenska, right? So, I mean, Dutch and German, and there's a whole bunch of English, I don't know really why, in Spanish. So basically, in Russian, you are able to choose your language of choice, and you are able to stay on top of things. Man, I'm actually kind of bummed out. Wait a second. So if we're looking at euro dollar, oh man, there it is. There it is, 15.15. There was a spike, and what we usually see after a spike, we see a retracement. As I mentioned, it's really unusual, maybe because it has to do with holidays perhaps, but there is that, aspect of, for some reason they put it 15 minutes earlier. All right, so any Forex calendar gives you an opportunity to filter out some information, right? For example, we kind of filtered out AUD, CNY, JPY, and ZD, just because it's a little bit too early for me, and I'm not going to be able to wake up. But also, we are able to take a look at the entire month worth of activities, and this is the thing that kind of is, it's really weird. I mean, ADP non-farm employment, they switched it to 3:15. If you look at anything that involves USD, it's usually released at 3:30. There we go, 3:30, 3:30, the USD 3:30. So it is unusual United States CPI, there we go at 330. Every time it's usually released at 330. So it is unusual that they've done this, suddenly at 315. And well, what we can see is essentially it was, wow, in the double digits, and actually it's, or negative double digits. Wow. All right, so it is, wait a second, maybe that's not such a big deal. No, it should be, right? Let's kind of look at more. Usually it's in the triple digits, right? So it is unusual that it went from 147, they were expecting 114 and came out 62. They correlated, they've altered it a little bit. The calculation was more accurate after the count. So they said it's going to be higher, but it came out much lower June 4th. And July 2nd, right, it actually went from, the 37, they adjusted it to 29, expected higher, but it came out at negative 33,000. Yeah, I'm actually kind of, I mean, you are able to kind of take a look over here for maybe clarification as to what this is about. But ADP non-farm, my dear friends, ADP non-farm deals, it's Automatic Data Processing Inc. Basically, this is a company. This is like an HR company. And they have like 400,000 accounts and or wait a second, bro, they're from more than 25 million workers, right? So small businesses, Grandma's Bakery, where it's her and her niece, Uncle Bob's Garage, where him and his brothers are working, right? So these are small businesses. This is not like international publicly traded companies like Apple and, I don't know, Microsoft and things like that. So these are small counts, but 25. The population of the United States is like, I don't even know, like 380, maybe 400 million already. So 25 million, it's not really massive, but it's from small business, private sector. That's why we're, still kind of, but it is still a growth of first-time salaries, basically, or somebody gets paid for the first time, right? Non-farm employment change, how many people started working, right? And this is why it's kind of important because usually it's on Wednesday, and for the actual NFPs on Friday, but as I mentioned, because of the holidays, July 4th, the markets are going to be probably closed because without USD, it's usually very, very low volatility. But that's luckily enough we have for OTC, and that's why we will still continue to make money any day of the week, irrelevant of holidays or whatnot. But yeah, tomorrow at 3:30, as I mentioned, I'm really bummed out because I was expecting exactly this, right? We're expecting a spike followed by a retracement. And look, if we take a look at the opening rate, it opened at 1751. Once again, euro dollar real, and it was bad news for the dollar, right? It was bad news for the dollar. It was, negative digits, which, it's really weird. It means that people are losing jobs. And that's not really good. I mean, if we take a look at 1515, there we go. There it is. It's the same thing. It's clickable, right? So you can click. You can see that it's a high impact event. We got the same thing. There's a high impact event, ADP, non-farm employment change. But once again, 25 million workers to derive employment growth estimations from this company, right? From the automatic data processing, ADP. But this is where everything's at, and usually they're, kind of, I wouldn't want to say like exactly correlated, right? But let's take a look. Okay, so we got um, negative, and let's take a look at non-farm, right? So 147, they were expecting 126, but it was a negative growth, right? We got 185 the previous month, and the forecast was 138, came out higher. So there was still positive kind of reaction, dollar gained strength here because kind of reaction is based on forecast and the actual numbers, right? But we also want to kind of consider, the fact that, where it was the previous month. So it was dropping for the past, 2 months, and here it also kind of is dropping for the past 2 months. So usually, right, we take advantage of the impulse if we're expecting a big enough movement. Now, as I mentioned, wait a second, 1751, and this one is 1780. So 51's 29 pip movement. That's pretty that's pretty darn good, right? So pending trades and, opening position by the asset, if we would have done 4 pip difference, right? So somewhere, let's say here and here created this corridor and it spiked up, right? It would have activated the buy position 4 pips higher. We would have closed the one that's below, got our money back, but essentially it closed higher. This is exactly what we're expecting tomorrow. And as I mentioned, I'm like really bummed out actually that I kind of missed this, because this is as good as it gets. And the beautiful thing about something like this, once again, is that it's not something that's subjective, right? You understand that it's based on numbers, and if numbers are bad, then there it is. So tomorrow, I would say that if we, once again, right, let's take a look here. So let's see how many times it was correlated. So even though this was forecasted to be a little bit smaller, it came out much smaller, and then it was actually expected to be higher, but it came out smaller than the previous month. It's even worse, and then we got adjustment to 29. Once again, expectations higher and came out as a negative, to a double digits. This is actually like a super, super kind of a bad scenario, and that's why we're we saw like a 20, what did I say, 29 pips? Yeah, 29 pip movement. That's actually a lot for this particular statistic, but this time it was a lot because the statistic was freaking insane. All right, they were expecting much higher, but it came out double the negative of the previous month. All right, so it's actually quite huge. That's why I usually tell people, hey, you know what? You could ignore the medium impact events, but right, let's see. If we got, I don't know, there we go, right? We got 3:30. We got unemployment claims tomorrow. Okay, well, yeah, so today we don't have anything. But let's say that if the NFP was on Friday, the way it usually is, unemployment claims, it's a medium impact event because it's a weekly statistic, right? It's released weekly, usually the first Thursday after the weekends, right? So what happens is, though, that this is not really as impactful, but if we got like 246, or 244, 236, less people are asking for for money from the government. But if it was like, the 236, 239 is the slight increase out of population, as I said, for out of like 400 million, and the statistic comes out at like, I don't know, 800,000. Yeah, this medium impact event will impact the market. It will give you a massive impulse, because that's a massive statistic. But all of this is once again by the numbers, and this is not a surprise because it's free, right? Type in Forex calendar or economic calendar. You'll get some like investing or Forex factory, and well, just make sure that you choose the right time zone. And there we go. You got this week, next week, or you can choose the range of the for the entire month, for example, if you wanted to. As I mentioned, I do like Forex Factory because it seems like user friendly. Anyways, I want to challenge you guys to if anybody comes across the stream right now. All of these macro statistics, we do this live. Usually, we take advantage of it live. And if you look through the videos on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Twitch, in the past videos, any video dealing with a macro statistic, we haven't lost one time out of the entire month that we were doing this. Right? So every single day we do a stream. Every weekday we do a stream, and when there's a macro statistic that's worthy of your attention, I bring it to your attention, and we usually trade it together. And previous month, you will not see one video where you and I lost money with a macro statistic. So, this is kind of like goes, towards the question of, oh, is this for me? I can't have time in front of computer. Remember, this has nothing to do with technical analysis, right? We can delete all of the indicators and I can still tell you 5, 4, 3, 2. Huh. Boom, it will shoot into one direction or the other, and afterwards there will be a retracement. And I think I've been telling this so often that, during my monologuing, but I'll still repeat it. The retracement is when people are just taking out their money. In the real market, when somebody opens a position for, an impulse to take advantage of it and it shoots up 40 pips, right, or 30 pips like today, one standard lot, those 30 pips, they were equal approximately $10 with euro dollar. And essentially that means that they've made 300 bucks. That's it. That was good, right? You open the position, poof, in like 10 seconds, you're $300 richer. You close the position, and when you close it, you're selling, right? So when you open position, you buy, and that's where demand goes up, supply gets smaller, and whoosh, the price jumps, the price reacts. And when essentially you've made that money, you're like, oh, that's good enough for me. You close the position again, demand drops, the asset, the supply increases, and there is a retracement. And that's exactly what we saw. That's exactly what we saw here. There it is. There's a spike, and then there's a retracement. Retracement usually happens in the same minute, right? We're looking at a minute time interval, right? And so, there's a spike. You open. I probably would have opened one here, and then the second step martingale maybe for like $100 here, and then for like $200 here, and it retraced, and that's it. I made my money. Actually, again, I want to show you this. This is kind of also important. Look, it happens all very, very quickly, right? So the first spike, and well, essentially it closed within 1 minute. This is 5 seconds, so we got 5, 10, 15, 20. In 20 seconds, it reached the top, and then afterwards it started to retrace. So 30, 40, 50, 60. There it is. There's 1 minute. It's over on this candle right here. So whoosh, and then it usually retraces. So the first spike happens very quickly, and then it kind of pushed up a little bit more. So you got a couple of steps martingale within the impulse. So a spike, retracement, continuation, because it was actually bad news. Right, so somebody that opened position here made $300 with standard lot in Forex in live market. They closed it, whoosh. This data was updated. Finally, everybody saw how horrible the statistics were, and they started buying it. So spike, retracement, continuation. But ultimately, it doesn't mean that economy of United States is going to be collapsing, and that means that it's that's it. This particular event within this 15 minutes was petered out. Even though the statistic was actually quite bad, it's no longer it's no longer affecting. Not many people are still shocked by the statistic because this is scheduled. This is not a surprise. If this was a surprise, right? So somebody in Asia right now is probably already sleeping. All right. And, if there was something unusual, unplanned, unscheduled happening right now, I don't know, a meteor hit or a volcano erupted somewhere, devastation, they would wake up and they'd be like, oh my God, I gotta go and take advantage of this, right, to make money as investors in terms of Forex wise. Obviously not, it sounds a little bit bad right now that we're making money once, certain suffering happens. Or something good, right? I don't know. They go to sleep, they wake up, they hear that, oh my God, AI revolutionized certain aspect of some country's lifestyle. You're like, oh wow, I mean, everybody's going to jump there. I'm going to buy their currency, and whoosh, and you see this wonderful thing, paving road for growth of the currency. But this is scheduled. It's not a surprise. So if somebody that's in Asia be like, oh, I'm about to go to sleep, but wait a second, in an hour I'll see the ADP NonFarm, and because it's usually on some level correlated with the actual NonFarm, which usually produces 40, 50, 60 pip movements, right? Yeah, it might be interesting. Whoosh, they see the spike and they're like, holy hell, I gotta take advantage of it. Bam, bam. That's it. They look at the statistic. Wow, it was bad. I'll buy. And, in terms of euro dollar, so somebody opened the position to buy here, 1760, so let's say 1766, right here, 1788. 66 to 88, 20, what, 20, wait a second, what did I say, 76? 68, right? I said 68. All right, so 68, well, let's say 70, essentially 18 pips, 18, 19 pips. $190 worth of profit in this particular movement right here. So also not too shabby, right? So, 23 or 29 pips, boom, retracement, and you buy and you kind of, go with this. Notice no indicators, right? And this is the beautiful part that I want to clarify again. If you don't have time to sit in front of a computer and I don't know, support resistance levels and right, like, hey, right there was a possible, I don't know, resistance level with like a false breakout or something like that. And you're like, hey, right there was this and that. And, I'm just moving this randomly right now. But the idea, once again, is that if you don't have time for this, ta-da! I feel like that blogger. There it is, right there, right? This is your still, I don't know, path to financial independence, where you make a little extra money on the side with no technical analysis, just understanding how this works. All right, so no indicators, and you know exactly right down to the second when something will happen. So, today, let's kind of go through, but man, I'm so bummed that we missed this. This usually comes out at 3:30. I can't believe I didn't see it yesterday, but because I got used to it. See, this is where we need to check these kind of things. But, okay, so tomorrow at, is this my time? Is this, hold on, is this my time? Okay, we got 3:42, is it the right? Yeah, 3:42. Okay, so, for this entire month, all right, let's take away actually the medium impact events. And so we'll focus, all right, so today was ADP NonFarm, all right, so tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning, which is actually, it's still manageable, just you and I are going to take advantage of the NonFarm, and I'm going to do a stream right here, but at 9:30, CHF will be, essentially, releasing their CPI, Consumer Price Index. This is very, very, very important indication of economic health. And any CPI from any country usually or usually is moving the market, right? So you usually see a reaction, a very nice impulse, right? So tomorrow we got this for CHF. And I do encourage you, whoever is going to be watching the stream or maybe doing it now, you know exactly the currency pair, right? Or rather the currency that will be affected, and you know the exact time. So just go, you type in here, no, wait a second, CHF, right? And you choose any kind of, with the highest payout. Right, so tomorrow, there we go, let's assume that it will be AUD-CHF. You know that exactly at 9:30 right there, you can go across the times. There will be an impulse. If there is an impulse, that means that there should be a retracement. And you just open the position towards the end of the minute. I usually do it not with a flag, but with a timer. Right, so it shoots up into one direction. I open the position for, let's say up, open for a retracement, and 60 seconds later, so it can carry over into the following minute. But usually that's not, usually that's not really an issue, right? So if it spikes, there's usually a retracement. There could be, if the news is so spectacular or horrible, it could be, a spike, retracement, and from this point immediately start a continuation. So retracement happens usually in the first minute, but sometimes it can carry over to the next or the one after, which is also kind of important to keep in mind. So proper money management is something that's still, important. All right, so tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning, I encourage all of you to take advantage of the CPI. Or actually, don't even take advantage. If you're just starting this, right? Yesterday we had a wonderful couple of questions from a viewer, Lucky Ben, and he said that, hey, I'm just learning. Great. just notice it. Ben, if you're, kind of watching this, or, maybe you take a look at this later, 9:30 GMT plus 3 time, right? So just calculate the difference. CHF will be releasing a very important macro. There should be a, relatively much noticeable spike, noticeable impulse, after which there is a retracement. Right, and obviously at 3:30, you and I, all of you guys, are going to be taking advantage. I'm going to be opening for a couple of $100, the non-farm employment change, and I'm also going to do the pending trades. Right, I'm going to show you again how to take advantage not only of the retracement, but the actual impulse. Even though we don't know which direction is going to spike, there is a wonderful instrument here, pending trades and buy the asset price, where we tell the platform to open a position, let's say like 4 pips higher. So 1763, 4 pips higher would be 1767, right? So you put this here, 1767, and you would go for high. And 1763, so 1759 would be for low. Right, let's actually do that right now. 1767 for buy, and 1759 for sell. All right, so what we got here is we got a corridor like this. So if there isn't big impulse for like 15, 20 pips, whoosh, and it goes here, it will activate this particular position automatically. Or if it shoots down, it will activate this. And here in current, you will have one of the positions that you can cancel. So you're not really losing money on this, right? So, right now I can actually cancel both and get my money back. Bending trades are, essentially they didn't really open, so I didn't really lose, even got the money taken out. So it stays there until it activates. And that's kind of like a cool thing. So if it was the corridor like here, and it would have shot up, I would have closed the one that's below, all right, because it essentially didn't activate, and I would have opened for a retracement. That's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. All right. So let's see. So there we go. Tomorrow there's definitely going to be a really good day to take advantage of this. Then the following week, all right, we got something on GBP where Bank of England, Gov Bailey will make a speech. Though it's not going to move the market until Monday, the 7th. It might open with a big gap, with a big move. Depending on what kind of things are said here. I mean, it is marked as a high impact event, so maybe it's worth taking a look. Though on Wednesday, let's actually take a look at my schedule just to make sure that I'm not telling you guys something that's not happening. All right, so 9th, hold on, so there we go, July, there we go. All right, July, so 9th, right, Wednesday, 9th, we got, actually, yeah, we're missing the FOMC minutes, though. It's kind of, it could move the market, right? If FOMC stands for Federal Open Market Committee, and I think there's like 12 members in this committee, different governors, different like bank, representatives, and obviously Jerome Powell, the head of the central bank in America. These guys behind closed doors are discussing the economical growth or situation for United States. And the records of this meeting is going to be released essentially Wednesday at 9 p.m. There are computers that are going to be quickly, and with AI, everything becomes really cool, very fast to understand the tone of that meeting. Imagine if 4 people are like, raise interest rates, and they're very vocal about this, but then there are 8 people who are saying, whoa, slow down. I mean, you're rushing. This is not really something that's good. La-ta-ta-ta-ta. There's key words. AI can scan the list of this document very quickly and give this, analyze the tone and open a position within like a couple of microseconds. And this is essentially could move the market, but it's subjective a little bit, right? So we need to kind of be aware of that. All right, so And I think, yeah, this entire week we're actually, at 9 a.m. we got GDP from GBP from Great Britain. We got their gross domestic produce. I don't know. I don't think that it's going to move the market in a noticeable way. But if you take advantage of it, also, in Telegram channel, you can talk to me one-on-one, and we can clarify, some of these thoughts, ideas. But I'd love for you guys to be involved and start this kind of community where we help each other grow. And that's actually what you can do. You can take a look and then maybe post a screen in our Telegram channel, and you know what? I'll make kind of like a bold claim. I'm gonna give five. Actually, what? Let me help you pay for some of the crypto movements. I'll give you $5 worth of TRX for anybody who will take a screenshot of Wednesday and Thursday. Well, I'm sorry, Wednesday's FOMC meetings, and on Friday, the GDP from GBP from Great Britain. Right, so the GDP. Share with us if you're kind of following this. Take a screenshot. Do it with pocket option. The link is below. You don't need to deposit. That's not where it's about. But I do, because you got a demo account and pocket option as well. And, well, I do encourage you to kind of just learn about this, right? So if anybody watching this video will send to our Telegram channel the screenshot of a couple of minutes, like 15 minutes worth of market movement on Wednesday, July 9th, the FOMC meetings at 9 p.m. GMT plus 3 time, and on Friday at 9 a.m. GBP, their gross domestic produce. I will kind of throw some TRX your way, so that when you start making money with us long term, you'll actually get a little discount on the commissions of moving your profits back and forth. All right, so Canada Friday, at 3:30, employment change. This is important enough, right? Remember that employment equals people spending money. If you got a job, if you got a steady paycheck coming in, guess what you will be doing? You will be spending it. When you spend money, you stimulate the economy. You buy goods and services, means that you affect the supply and demand principles, and everything grows. And when it grows, businesses tend to expand. They borrow money for this expansion. Banks are involved, HR companies are involved, factories are involved. Everybody grows. It's got a ripple effect. So that's why you and I on Friday, July 11th, we are going to take advantage of this, and 3:30 GMT plus 3 time. All right, so Monday's usually when market wakes up. There's not a lot of scheduled events on Monday. That's why you kind of will see that it's not usually the case. Though Tuesday 15th, we do have at 3:30 a crap load of interesting information. So definitely you and I are going to be taking advantage of the CPI from United States, right? So on Thursday this time, so it usually comes out the following week, but because of the holidays, some of these macros were shifted. So Friday, which is usually when the NFP is released on Thursday, and CPI usually is released on Wednesday following the Friday NFP. But once again, because of the holiday weekend, I do believe that it's actually going to stretch into the following week. That got pushed. The CPI is going to be on Tuesday, July 15th at 3:30 GMT. Is also going to be the same time with Canada, Canadian dollar. So I don't know. We're still going to be looking at USD, because it is the bigger economy and it's got a chance to move the market with a much larger impulse. But nevertheless, you got some. That's why we have some things to compare it to. Wednesday we do got GBP with the CPI. Also, we're going to be doing this live, so we're going to be doing it at 9 in the morning. For some of my friends from America, this is going to be a little bit like way too, I don't know, early or late, however you want to look at it. It's going to be like at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? 9 a.m. for me. It's usually like 8 hours back. Um, Yeah, 8 hours back for Americans, and at least. So yeah, we're looking at kind of difficult situation here, but still, I do want to highlight this. We're going to be live trading with this because it is important enough. PPI. Also, you know what? I will encourage. I'll probably put some money on this as well. With you guys, with somebody taking advantage, and person that will take a first will send the first screenshot, or rather, I'm sorry, first person to send a screenshot of a positive retracement trade. I'll send some money your way. Producer price index. So this measures inflation, but from producer side. So consumer and producer. Consumer CPI, consumer price index, and we got producer price index, PPI. So in this case, it is still important enough, but I do want to once again highlight that CPI is more important, irrelevant of what country it comes out of, but in this case, it comes out of the GBP, which is considered still as the most volatile of all currencies. Right, and Thursday, the July 17th, we got the third most popular macro from America, the retail sales. Once again, kind of shows, people are buying, right? Everything revolves around spending money. Now, you and I, if anybody comes across this video, you and I, or a stream right now, please understand I'm spending a lot of time right now in telling you about the events because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, that you and I, whoever is watching these videos, or participating in these videos as well, we didn't lose one time, not even one time for the entire month from, previous month, June, right? So every single weekday of June, I've done a stream, and every important macro statistic that I, through my experience, noticed that moves the market well enough for us to take advantage, we did look at these things, we did trade on these things, and we did not lose one time. So again, we're not really talking about massive amount of trades. I think it was like 15, 20, videos throughout the entire month, but we didn't lose even one time. So I do encourage you to kind of take a look at some of these videos. If you got any kind of questions, just like Lucky Ben yesterday that we discussed, I mentioned that Telegram channel. You can talk to me one-on-one. If you don't want to post questions here, I don't know, maybe you're shy. Do ask me in Telegram channel in private. I will answer everything without any kind of feelings of obligations. You don't need to do anything. I love what I do. I burn with passion for this. The reason for all of this is that I got multiple affiliate accounts, and I don't want to have some issues there. That's why we got this, kind of as a, I don't know, precautionary measure. But the truth about this, the red pill, right, that I'm trying to give everybody to understand, you are able to make money, right? Imagine if I gave you, this one trade per month with 100% guarantee. You would not trade other times, but there isn't such a thing. With regards to your schedule, with regards to your financial capabilities, with regard to your psychological fortitude, with regards to your, I don't know, financial, what you can deposit, everything here like this, your schedule, it impacts how you will take advantage of something like this. So if you're one of those people that don't have even like half an hour, love the fact that I have I have three girls, and one of them is 6 months old, the other one is 4 years old, the other one is 11 years old, and I don't have a lot of time to sit in front of computer now, but I do, love the flexibility that this gives me. So I know, right, today I missed it, and I'm really bummed out because I really wanted to take advantage of the ADP, but you know what, tomorrow I know exactly that at 9:30, there's going to be a CHF. I'm going to see about it because I'm usually up at this time already with my cup of coffee, and I usually sit outside. I wake up very slowly, so I sit with a cup of coffee for like half an hour, but I don't need to think about this. There's going to be a spike, there's going to be a retracement. I'll open the position. Well, if I'm, I don't know, actually conscious enough to remember this, but I think I should. But then you and I, we're going to take advantage of this at 3:30, definitely during the stream. And there will be a spike. There will be a retracement. There's just that historically, statistically speaking, there's the highest probability of that happening, right? And highest probability of it happening during the first minute. So spike, retracement, continuation, if the statistics are, decent. If not, there's spike, retracement, then it's going to do its own thing, just going sideways or whatever after. So for about a minute of your time, multiple times per month, right? We went down to the 17th, right? So yeah, core retail sales. Uh, Friday, Saturday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's really no high impact events. But on Thursday, also the most recent kind of thing, the manufacturing PMIs. This does move the market. It is noticeable, and it's good enough for a retracement position, but not for the pending orders by the, because 2 pip difference is too small. And usually there's like 10, 15 pip movement, maybe 20 there's like 10, 15 from France, about 20 pip movement, from Germany, because this is considered the second, this is first economy in the Eurozone. GBP, this is usually, we're going to take advantage of all three of these live. They're also going to, GBP usually does move even maybe bigger because it's the most volatile of all currencies. But then you are able to also take advantage of this at 445 flash manufacturing PMI if you're from United States. So they also will release their manufacturing and services PMIs. And I think that for the rest of the month, I think that uh, for the rest of the month we really don't have many things. All right, so we got the ADP NonFarm will be released actually. Wow, there's essentially going to be twice in July, right? ADP NonFarm, but also from 3:15. I'll also kind of be aware of this and take advantage of this. Um, yeah, rate statement. Yeah, so we're probably going to be here at July 30th, around this time, around 3 to around 30th USD Fed rate, right? So we got, oh wow, we got Canadian and United States federal Fed rates. Basically, central bank will post their interest rates, and this is why this is also going to be very, very important and interesting time to be trading. And yeah, we got one at 4:45, so we're going to be taking advantage of it at 9 p.m. But I will kind of, in the previous videos, I will highlight the ADP, I will highlight the Canadian, where we're going to be able to take advantage of two, right, federal bank rates, interest rates. So overnight rate is called for Canada, and federal funds rate it's called for United States. And this day there's going to be two of them in one day, which is kind of cool. And Thursday 31st, I mean, I'm not really feeling any of these being important enough to move the market, but maybe we will create a challenge for you guys to win some money. So, anyways, all right, let's. I don't know. Is anybody in here? I mean, I love the fact that I love it when this is not a monologue where we get to talk to some of you guys and clarify, answer questions. But let's see. We can go all on. Do some technical trading right now, technical analysis. I don't know, we do like this, we do like, I don't know, accelerator, oscillator. Wait a second, well, we talked about MACD yesterday, right? So there was actually a really good sell point right here, all right, for a couple of candles even, right? We got actually a sell point here. We got a little bit earlier from accelerator, oscillator. We got a little bit later, actually almost right on time. Perfect synchronization of MACD and shaft for a sell. Yeah, we got a switch from parabolic, which is a sell. We got a switch from super trend, which is a sell. So yeah, this was like as good as it gets. So this is, wonderful signal here. Now we got this kind of, I don't know, sideways movement, but this is in the real market. Technical analysis for me is a little bit more preferred with OTC because we don't have fundamental reasons why the market could be going for hours, if not days, into one direction, and so going against technical analysis. So in the real market, behind the wheel, it's it's the fundamental analysis. That's bye. We got this kind of like maybe a sewer resistance level right here, but it broke through. Anyways, all right, so let's do a little trading. I don't know if anybody's here watching the stream with me. Drop a hello. I'd love to, kind of once again prove to you guys that this is not pre-recorded. It's not a and it's not, I think it's much more interesting when it's not a monologue. All right, so let's delete. Let's put some trend lines. Let's put some support and resistance levels. I would actually say something like this right here for support. And we got a relatively decent resistance level kind of bouncing out here. Yeah, like this. Alright, so we got kind of like a 1, 2, 3-point contact. We got 1, 2, and a third point contact right now. We got, well, I don't know, MACD shows, the green one is the MACD line, the red one is the signal line, and it kind of crossed the bars are very small, it kind of crossed the 0 line in the histogram. So let's see, we got super trend saying down, we got parabolic saying down, we've got, well, God, I mean, this is like microscopic. I don't know if I like this enough, but let's see. I would actually prefer if shaft goes above this, and when it goes down, I think I would open a sell position, but I don't know. Yeah, so this was a buy position right here with MACD during the crossing over of the lines in the zero line. We got a buy signal from shaft over here, but it looks like it. We should give it a couple of minutes. There we go. All right, so I'm actually inclined to think that it will go. Let's go for $5. And I usually like to trade till the end of the minute during technical analysis. But if you prefer to do something, a different way, let me know. But we do have 38 seconds until this candle is over. And at the next candle, I think that I might take a position. We got a sell signal on this candle from Fractal. And I do have kind of like an inclination to think that it should go down, but we just need to see what packet option clients, traders right now will be doing short term with euro dollar OTC if they're going to be buying. 92% return on investment. That means we're going to be getting $9.60 on our $5 investment. All right, so now we got conflicting signals. Wait a second. We gotta buy. You know what? Wait, didn't go for a higher. Let's go for a buy. We gotta buy from parabolic. We gotta buy from fractal, and we do have kind of like a breakout possibility here. So 1, 2, 3. It kind of went down. This kind of stretching the truth as the fourth point. But yeah, we do have a possibility of this if this closes above this position, above this line. In the next 25 candles, we could say that there should be a transition from this resistance downward trend to this support and an upward trend. So let's see what's going on. We got, about 10 seconds left. And maybe this is a false breakout, which is not something that's going to devastate us. It's not a big deal. And I'm still going to go for a $10 position for the next minute, and I'm still going to buy. So if anybody is once again kind of coming across this stream, hopefully I gave you a little bit of insight on our current month. It's a little unusual because Canada and United States are releasing things at different times, which usually it's the same time. What's his face? The ADP NFP, which is usually at 3:30, just like the NFP, came out 15 minutes earlier today, and we kind of missed that opportunity. All right, so 50, and then we go to 30 and the following minute, and we're going to wait. because now I get conflicting signals, right? So this could be a false breakout, but we'll see. Parabolic still says up. Super trend is flat. We got MACD that's kind of indecisive. And you know what? I'm going to wait for the next position to be a little bit more clarifying. All right, so, or what the hell? Let's buy it. I still think it's going to go up a little bit. But, you know, at this time, I think that we need to maybe take a look at other currencies, currency pairs. With OTC, can't go wrong. We're just going to go through. All right, there's lots of these. All right, let's go through some. All right, Euro New Zealand. All right, what do we got? It's been going up. Now it's going sideways. Not really interested. Yeah, not interested. All right, Euro C. Oh, wait a second. I thought I closed it. There we go. Ah, yes, okay, so there we go. Now we got CAD JPY. Well, I don't know. We got a buy signal here. We got a sell signal here. We got a cross for sell signal here. We got super trend saying up. We got parabolic saying down. So go try to figure that one, right? All right, let's see what's going on. All right, so we do have an upward trend here that did break through. I don't know, not really feeling this as well for now. Alright, what do we got here for, nope, still. Around 37 seconds, we'll find out what we got money here. Alright, here we do have a nice upward trend, a sideways movement, a bit of retracement, a still upward trend. Yeah, I'm actually thinking that this is going to be a good position to open a sell. All right, we have a crossing over here. Maybe not till the end. You see, we got 1 minute and 8 seconds, so it's going to go into the following minute. 3, 2, 1. I think we won here by the skin of our teeth, right? Let's see. Yeah, we won the $30. So see, we lost 15, but we won 27. So we were like, what, 15, 27, so like say $12, right? $12 in profit. Or no, 15, 20, 15, 20, yeah, $12. All right, and it looks like this one is actually pretty decent, right? We got a very good signal from, we got shaft, we got crossing, we got switch. This is as good as it gets, right? And actually what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the following minute as well. And, you know, I think that I would sell as well. I'm going to go for another position. This is going to be for 1 minute and 12 seconds, right? Till the end of this minute, till the end of this candle or this position, we got 5 seconds. So starting from the next one, we're going to have another $5 position. So already you and I today, we made some decent money. I kind of went for $30 because this is really, understand something. One second, let me show you. So it's been going up for a while, went sideways, going up for a while, and we have, at this point, look, we got red bars kind of going boom, boom, boom on MACD going towards the zero line. We got the MACD line crossing the signal line, also a signal. We got shaft at the same time. We got parabolic that went to the top at the same time. This is as good as it gets. So that's why I opened the position for a bit larger amount than my, usual, without understanding where, where this would have ended, or, don't remember where we opened the position on the previous 30, right? Euro dollar OTC, yeah, right here, right? So I went here for a buy, and yeah, it kind of levitated here, and it went. All right, so now we got a kind of a buy signal situation going again. Right, so there is finally a breakout. We can confirm that. We can say that it's going to be going up while it's above this line, right? So it can go. Why did I open for 10? Because I lost 5, right? Oh no, I won 5. I won 5. All right, so the next position has to be for 20. The reason we also have kind of like an additional signal from MACD when the signal line and the MACD line cross the histogram, right? So when it went here, with red bars, with everything. I mean, we could kind of, with parabolic, with fractal, with super trend, all around this point right here, we understood that, yeah, there should be a downward trend. And imagine opening a position for sell every single one of these candles. Second step martingale, second, third step martingale, second step martingale. Man, you would have been in the money, like serious money. Alright, so once again, doing a little technical analysis. If anybody wants to hop into the chat right now, ask a question, please feel free. Alright, so because we used MACD, we talked a little bit about, MACD line yesterday, or I'm sorry, MACD line, MACD indicator yesterday. We're going to be kind of giving it a little bit more preference, but as you can see, it's not really doing anything for us. Actually, there was a very good support level right here, right? We can kind of see it right there. And it was broken through, but, kind of came back. We wouldn't really say that this is a false breakout. But, there we go. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4. When it broke through, then the next one, it came back in. So I would say that it is false breakout, but right now it seems like it is going down. We got a crossing for sell right here. We got fractal here, but we have parabolic and super trend still saying that it's going to be going up. So I might give it a little bit more time to give me some clarity as to what the hell it wants to do. All right, so that's why we're not rushing on this. BHDCNY. As I mentioned, this was as good as it gets as well. Look, see, on this candle, we had 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4. Signal confirmation that it's a good time to sell. And actually here, what we would want to do is probably say that while it's below this line, it should continue to go downward. All right. All right, AUD USD, what do we got? We got a side movement. Look, we actually got kind of like a parallel channel thing going here, right? Let's take a look if we can kind of, sort of, right? Boom, boom, didn't quite go there, didn't quite go below. So let's take a look at this, right? So we do have a relatively decent support level, 1, 2, possible 3. We can kind of stretch the truth a little bit here. Well, actually, yeah, you know what? I probably want to do this and do my own support, resistance level. All right, so there it is, right? We got beautiful, right? Once again, remember support and resistance level, there's 2 possibilities. When the asset comes to that level, for the second time, you extend the line and you just wait. If it bounces away from that level, the third time it comes to, you're especially interested. If it bounces back, chances are it's going to bounce back. But if it breaks through, chances are it's going to break through. The more times it touches a level, the sexier it is for you, the more something that you really, really want to take advantage of. All right, so we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, kind of bounced away. Look, we actually got another kind of thing going here. I think I would open a position for an upward movement. We got a crossing, right? We got a crossing of the 0 line, possibly. We got a crossing, I don't know, it's a little muddled over here, very weak. But we do have a shaft rounding out as well. We got parabolic saying that it should be going up as well. And I might, open a position here, which I usually don't do. This is really stupid. Or I'm sorry, not logical for me. Don't open a second position while you're still unsure of the result of the first. Though, in my opinion, I think that it, there we go. So it might actually go and be in the, there we go. All right, so I won on $15, right, at, 38. But it does happen, this kind of thing, where it opened, at one position, it kind of started to go up, but it retraced and then it closed higher still, right? So just don't be in a hurry. This is where you kind of have to then open, significantly higher positions afterwards with proper, if you follow like martingale, right? So you might actually have 2 or 3 positions still to open if you didn't kind of rush and open it at a, at a bigger price. So to start with $1, you can go to 150 and then go to 375 before going to like already something more substantial. But if you start with 375, then the following will be, significantly higher. Or 126.18 as the as something yeah, in the money. All right, so 126.18. See, it's big growth. But if you started with one, with 6 already, then 6 has to become 12. Then the 12 becomes 36. So if you're rushing, you're skipping the steps that would still give you this opportunity um, to make money. All right. So I'm still not really sure what the LMACD shows. See, these are the perfect kind of signals. But these perfect signals, they come significantly rarer, fewer times than these kind of muddled things. All right, let's take. Whoa, we got an interesting one. Here we go. Ting, 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 ting. Red alert, baby. All right, yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna open. Oh, wait. Let's go. Open. Ah, son of a baboon. All right, 1 second. Open. There we go. All right, why? Because we have a huge negative movement, and we got a crossing from the MACD. We got a crossing. We got a set. Buy. We got buy across the board, baby. And yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna be actually opening positions for a higher amount still for a buy, even if this one goes out of money. So we're making money. We're doing this live. This is not pre-recorded. You are able to click on pocket option link below and verify this, as we speak. And if you got any questions that you don't want to put up here, you can ask me in our Telegram channel. I will answer to you one-on-one. And yeah, man, this shapes up to be like a trend that I want to ride for a couple of candles, right? But this is where we need confirmation from other, I'll open another one, from other because we got this point where it was a support level, right? What is the next, how high can it go? Maybe it's going to go up to this level right here. We got a support level, pretty much close to this point where the asset bounced away. But we can ride this train. This is what I usually love to do, is to figure out, to look at currency pairs where I see that there was a downward movement or upward movement for a while, and that means that there still has to be a retracement, and there is a pullback, right? So we ride this pullback for a few candles, but probably next position I'll open for a bit lesser position, right? So, all right, maybe for $2, but I'll still go for a few more candles. I think that it's got potential to go higher, though this kind of growth is actually very aggressive. So let's, and you know what? No, I'm going to stop right here, and I'll tell you why. Because there has to be a pullback at some point. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes that it went upwards, right? And it went from this lowest point, 50.35, to the highest point, 50.70, or no, 50.81. Right? So that's actually a pretty decent move. We're talking about a pip is the fourth digit after the decimal, so 81 from 50.35. That's like 50 pips. Oh, that can't be right. 50.35 to 50.81. Yeah, it's like 50 pips right here. That's freaking amazing. So yeah, I do believe that at some point this has to kind of retrace and go back down for a bit at least, and then maybe it's going to continue. So the fact that this level of resistance was broken through, yeah, see, we got an early signal from Fractal saying that it should be going down, but doesn't mean anything. If this candle closes higher, it could essentially, erase this signal for sell. We got a buy from super trend. And it's still pointing upwards. We got a buy from parabolic. We have a buy from, at this point right here from MACD and from shaft. I mean, this is as good as it gets for a buy. That's why we've made a little bit of money here. But now we need to understand that still it's a very aggressive growth, and for it's almost damn near vertical. So that's why I would believe that it should be going down a little bit more and establish our second point contact, where we will see what it will do after. So we do need to be patient a little bit with AUDCHF. All right, let's see. Take a look at AUD Well, I don't know. Kind of a side movement. Not really seeing anything spectacular here. All right, let's take a look at A. Oh, we got another ADC on Y. We got a really decent negative. We got let's see if we can put some support and resistance levels here. All right, let's see what are we looking at here. Something like this, right? And I would say that we got something a little bit softer. Still a downward trend, but it's a slightly less radical angle. All right, and making it a little bit more interesting, truth be told. All right, so I'm actually looking at something like this. All right, pum, 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 pum. Looks like it could be going down. All right, we got the signal line below, but we got green bars for the histogram, but shaft is at the top. I would actually say that it's going to start to round out. Parabolic is on top, but super trend is on top, but it's flat. So I still think that it's negative, bearish dominant, but there we go, bearish dominant, but we need to wait. All right, so here, let's see if we got, there we go, green bar. So I do expect it to go up a little bit, but it does look like it faced resistance here. Remember I said that, which level could it go up to? Well, it seemed like it went up to this level right here first, the previous time where it was facing kind of like a level of bounce away, right, where resistance. In this case, support, and it went up, but in the later it can turn into a level of resistance. So let's see what the what we got their pocket option traders will do. All right, I still have only Donald and Henry with me. If anybody's out here with me, looking at this graph, say hello. Would love to answer any questions. All right, we gotta sell. We gotta sell. We gotta sell possibility here. All right, and the reason, once again, look, we got a crossing of the zero line, the zero line with the histogram. We got a crossing of the MACD line and the signal line. You know what? Actually, I'm probably gonna go right to $5, and I'm still going to open. Yeah, I'm gonna open for a retracement on this point, and I'm gonna load up $10 and go for the next. I'm gonna wait. Parabolic switched. Obviously right now, pocket option clients could still be buying the hell out of this asset, and it will go against technical analysis. But everything right now points towards a good sell position, right? I think I won on both, right? Did I lose $2? No, I won 2 and 5. All right, and you know what? I'm gonna take. I should have taken it a bit sooner, like 12 seconds before, not yucking. But yeah, I do believe that it's going to be going down a little bit more. So this support level is now transforming into a relatively nice resistance level. Though, look, it took quite a long time for it to go from here to the highest point. And, right, it took very, very quick time to get to this point right here. So actually this negative movement, I don't think that it's going to last for long. And I opened it for $10, right? Which means that next position I should open for 20 if it doesn't go my way. All right, so yeah, very aggressive negative movement, very quick in comparison to how long it took to get to this point. So I'm actually going to go back to $5 and still continue to sell. There we go. We got a sell signal from shaft. We got a sell signal from parabolic. We got a sell signal from MACD right about here. So I still think it should go down a little bit further, right? That's why we're going to go for $10 and the following minute. And wait. That's essentially what this is all about. But you and I, we've made some decent money today, right? All of you were, kind of present. So, we lost 15, but we made 27. All right, so $12 here, 27, so we got $40 here, 45, let's say 50, 60, let's skip this one, 65, 70, 75, yeah, about $80 worth of money. There we go. Let's sell for now again. $80 worth in about an hour, right? So we started the stream at 16:20. Yeah, so about an hour worth. Actually, no, much less because I chatted a whole crap load of time about the economic events. So the first trade was opened at 16:08. Right, so we looked through 16:08. No, 20 minutes. We made $80 in about 20 minutes. All right, and looks like we've got a retracement, and let's see what the asset will be doing, because let's go for 20 the following minute, and let's wait, because it looks like we should be going upwards now. Shaft is already extended to this point. We got a green bar, we got the signal line, and the MACD line looking like they're about to cross. So we just need to, an additional signal. In 3 seconds, we'll see what kind of situation is going to be going on. And I think that I'm going to wait till the following minute. Yeah, I'm going to wait till the following minute maybe. Or maybe within this minute to open a buy position. Seems like a buy position is going to be happening. So we're going to see at the end of this candle, yeah. At the end of this candle, we'll see what kind of bar comes up here and what kind of situation is unfolding. So if I open a position right now, it'll be for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Don't really want to do that. I'm still going to wait for this candle to close before giving me a little bit more information with other indicators, as to what it's going to do. All right, 15 seconds. All right, my dear friends, you know what? Actually, after this trade, after this, maybe, next 5 minutes, I'm going to cut it short, or, put an end to it. I do encourage you once again to... All right, we got a sell signal from Fractal. We got a rounding out from Shaft. We still got a green bar. I think that I would want to wait some more. All right, but we've made like 80 bucks in 20 minutes worth of technical analysis trading. Some signals were a little bit better, some signals were a little weaker. Not something that... All right, wait a second, we got a good one right here. All right, so in 20 seconds we do have a possibility for a retracement. There we go. Look at this resistance level right there. It bounced back. But we'll see next 13 seconds. $0 OTC. Also, not to see, it's still going upwards. Still got like a buy signal. And I don't know if I want to risk it because this kind of move is already relatively strong. All right, let's open a position here. And let's go back to CAD JPY. We opened the position for $20 there. Let's open one here for 40 for sell, because it does look like it's going to have this possibility for a downward movement, some decent downward movement. I would say that this one was broken, so we can readjust this possibly like this. We got like a channel, boom, came down to this point, boom, came down to this point, boom. But we're looking at kind of like a weird situation right here. Alright, so it does have a 1-2 point contact, so if it kind of bounces back and forth over here, we're looking at possibility of a breakout of like second point on the third one. It could break down, and yeah, we've made money here. Alright, so yeah, essentially, yeah, there we go. There was the parabolic right here. We got a buy, we got a buy, we got a buy signal across the leading indicators, the MACD and the shaft. We got a buy signal confirmation. There we go. We got parabolic switched from here to here on this candle. And that's essentially, we bought it at this point, right? We bought it on this candle that closed, here somewhere. So yeah, we've made good money. But CAB JPY. Let's take a look what is going on, because I do believe that next couple of minutes we could get a little bit more clarity. And by the way, now we're looking at 15. We look 15. So 10. Oh, I should have opened for 30, but nevertheless, all right, whatever. Here we made $80 in like 20 minutes, and somewhere here. But now we're looking at 80, what, 83, $85 or so. So you know what? Let's leave it at this note, my friends. All right, one more time, I want to thank everybody who is joining these sessions. We do it without luck, without hype. No, I don't have gold bars and private jets, but I got three beautiful kids who are getting my attention, and I get a chance to spend time with them anytime I want, from any part of the world that I want. If you want to, discuss some of this and, one-on-one, click on the, get to the Telegram channel, drop me a message. I'll answer to you directly. I can put my money where my mouth is. I can even insure your trades against negative outcome. Right? It's also something that you and I can discuss one-on-one if you're ever interested. Pocket option link is below. It's a wonderful platform. They always pay out. This is very, very important. Sometimes in a day, in 2 and 3. Sometimes if there's like a decent check about, be aware, we live in the world where money laundering exists. So if you ever go under a check and you have to wait a week, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get your money, right? So don't panic. Reach out to me if you got any kind of questions. We do have a VIP program where you get a chance to trade with me, just like Donald and Henry. And we prove to you, right? Me and my team, we prove to you that you are able to do this based on logic, math, and statistics without any kind of luck. So, my dear friends, thanks so much again for joining me. Tomorrow, definitely at 3:30. Let's just make sure. Man, I am red in the face today. I can't believe that we've missed that they changed to 3:15, the ADP NonFarm, for whatever the hell reason. But tomorrow at 3:30 GMT plus 3 time, we do have NonFarm, most popular macro statistic. Please join me. Watch the impulse. Watch the impulse happen. Watch the retracement happen. Within 1 minute or so, you should be able to see that. So once again, thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow.